Today, let's talk about something a little bit controversial, which is the risk of re-traumatizing our clients if we use regressive type techniques within our hypnotherapy sessions. This is really controversial because it's normalized now to have these age regressions, past life regressions, timeline type therapeutic regressions. And we can definitely see the purpose of it, right? Because our past influences who we are today. And the thing is, if we are not really aware as to how to deal with our clients if they have an intense emotional response by going back to these memories, it can potentially harm our clients more than do good within our sessions. Now, hear me out. I am also someone who was trained in a hypnosis method that heavily relied on forced regressions, where we look at the problem, maybe it's like money blocks, and we take our clients back to a memory in their past, 5 4 3 2 1, click, and they go to a memory. We ask them, is it daytime or nighttime? Are they inside or outside? How old were they? Who was with them? To really get them into that memory. When I was trained in that method, I did not know any better. And I was told that if our clients were to have a very intense emotional reaction from going back to those memories, then we can tell our clients that they're not reliving the memory; they're just reviewing it, right? Like they can kind of detach and watch themselves through that memory. But as someone who has experienced regression as well, it can feel that you are in that memory right then and there, right? That's the power of the mind, right? It can seem like you are back in that memory. For some clients, this can be very, very bad news. Very, very bad news, especially for clients who do not have the emotional regulation skills that are required to be able to go through that moment, to move through that moment, right? And so we really want to be careful and look at our skill sets and look at how our clients have been. Like, this is definitely not our fault as hypnotists, because it's just not talked about, right? It's become so normalized. And really what this video is saying, and what I'm saying to you, is that it's not necessary to regress. First off, that's why I'm talking about this. But going back to our clients who are in this, right? And I have done this. I have even done this live in a group setting where I would, ask my clients to regress, and they would be on the other side of the world listening to these recordings, and who knows what type of memories they've had, or if they have the emotional regulation skills to be able to move through it, right? So like, I do feel bad about that, and I just didn't know any better. So that's why I'm telling you this now, to be able to just be mindful of these practices, because it is not very uncommon. It's actually quite common for some people to be re-traumatized again and have to shift through those memories that are not necessary to re-experience or review in order for them to solve their problem. This is really the point of it. The point of the whole thing is, after using conversational hypnosis, where we do not force regressions at all, it still helps our client solve the problem without having to go back to memories. It is through the conversation and really looking at what the unconscious mind has, the conclusions that the unconscious mind has made, instead of looking through each particular minute memory. This is actually more effective and efficient, because the mind is smart enough to know which memories in the past it has linked to, right? We can all say and agree that the unconscious mind is highly intelligent. So why are we treating it like it's not, by going to one to two memories, or three or five, when it has a whole lifetime? It knows your whole, or our clients' whole lifetime experiences that led to them believing and assuming the things that they currently assume now, that are holding them back. So instead of going to 1 to 5 memories, why just not ask the unconscious mind directly? That way we don't risk this re-traumatization, this overly intense emotional reaction. Now people are probably going to say, well, isn't it a good thing that they're actually Releasing the emotions, yes, but they can release the emotions without having to go through the memories. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, the mind is smart enough. The mind knows which emotions it has pent up and will release it once the right opportunity comes, with the right guidance. So just allowing you to think of it in a different perspective, really look after your client's well-being, because some clients are just not going to know any better. And if they're not equipped with the right emotional regulation tools, if they don't have the nervous system regulation capacity, it can really do more harm than good. That it can really do them more harm than good if we use regressive practices like this when it is not necessary. So like I said, I've used conversational hypnosis for over 2 years now, and no forced regressions in sight. My clients do regress spontaneously, but it is done in a way that where their mind is actually giving it. So it is natural. It is the unconscious mind presented it. And so because of that, it is not re-traumatizing, because the mind is presenting it in a way that it's not forced. So it means that the mind is ready to let go of it. Very different concept. I talk about this a lot in different videos, so definitely check those out. But something for you to consider. If you have any questions at all, let me know, and I will see you soon.